It's funny, coaches put a lot of time and work into other clubs, but first up, you probably, it's very hard to put a lot of time in, and I think if North Geelong actually realised just how big Thomson were, their game plan would be to keep the ball moving, run, keep it low, and do all that stuff. But there's a big chance they've lobbed up here and said, "Crikey, have a look at these blokes," and I don't know whether their game plan will stand up yet because I haven't had a chance to look at them. But the new coach, we don't know anything about him, Michael Boothie, so he's got his work cut out today to actually get the boys together and say, right, have a look at these blokes, let's keep it wide, let's run it, let's not just kick long and high because we're going to get outmarked. And his mettle is going to be tested right here today. I'm also going to tip Thomson, but I really hope North Geelong give them a run for their money and we have an absolute cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I was a bit concerned where North Geelong would be at. There was some suggestion they were probably going to take a few weeks like last year to get themselves into some swing. Some players arriving late and a little overweight to pre-season training was a goss, but they look relatively fit and healthy out there, Dale, so you'd expect a good showing from them first up.
You would hope so. As I said, it's been a long pre-season. Those subs would have done a little bit of work before Christmas, and I'm starting to think again where the value is the week before Christmas or a couple of weeks they do. Probably because they have 3 weeks off and they're now back to where they start with. So as soon as it starts at the top level and they don't start before Christmas, it'll drop back through to our level and we'll be a lot happier by then.
They get on the Terps over Christmas, they've got to start all over again.
That's exactly,
the food, they've got to start all over again. I'll tell you what I would like to say.
I'll say one thing before we start. I know we've had a memory for Dick before, but I haven't seen Eric Nichols' memorial clock. Do you have that?
I do. I don't know if it still works, actually. But
now, gentlemen, there was a young player we saw at North Geelong half a dozen times, well, 5 anyway, in the previous year, and young Tom Swenninson was either their best or second best player in every one of those games. He went to North Shore and had some injury problems. He's back at North Geelong. How is it important to have someone as silky as him around the midfield to get them going forward?
Well, they missed him dearly last year, and I don't know. Apparently, he went all right. I don't know what he's doing back, but look, he will add to him. Don't worry about that. He's a very good kid. As I said, a lot of coaches put a lot of work in. I ring them, I text coaches, and most of them from the sides don't give me back much. But every single person that I ever ring from Corio, Darren Bennett, Joel Bennett, they all give me something, so they deserve to be mentioned here. Their new blokes are Jacoba Martin, 20-year-old. Bo Burney's going to play up forward. Jack Hall, another 20-year-old. A Corio junior from Bell Park. Logan Dixon, 23. Jordan Anderson, 23. Matthew Jelenic and his brother Josh. Jacob Clyden. What I want to say is they've got a few kids in there that are young. I don't know how they'll go this year, but that really augurs well for the next couple of years, and I hope they do well.
Righto, Dale Smith, get the 2023 season underway.
Well, Jarvis is in the middle. He's done the ruck work. Ball comes directly out of the middle of the ground, goes to Tholburn. Little kick round the corner. Wasn't travelling that far, but the interception there was through Phillips. He couldn't take the mark. Back on hands and knees. Got the ball out. Gain ball now, running free. Diving on the ball. It comes out through Sweaterson. He's got himself involved in the action pretty quickly. Free kick, no. Umpires let it go, but there will be a ball up still in the middle of the ground. And we've got the clock on the screen working, but the memorial I can't get in the right function. But that doesn't matter. Davis over the top this time, down to Sheedy. Sheedy tries to get through the contest, couldn't do so. And again, another ball up will take place in the middle. How's your team going out there, Grub? What are the umpires' names? No.
I don't know.
Haven't got that far today? No. That's all right. We forgive you today. Ball back in the air again. Jarvis. Davis again got hand on the ball. Comes out. Sweaterson picks the little boot sideways. Comes out towards centre wing. Needs to be picked up cleanly out down. It was Smith who runs after the ball. Ballers kept running. They worked the ball towards their half-forward line. A little kick wasn't too clean going into the forward line. Picked up. Handball goes back outside. That was to Todd Smith. He couldn't take it cleanly. And it's going to be Jacker. Had the ball. Lost it. Ball comes back towards centre wing and going back. The mark has been taken there by Swennerson. He goes short inside. Good kick. Mark has been taken. This mark is taken by Jackson Jewell. Long into the forward line. So they moved it quickly. Coming across. Mark again not taken. Ball cleaned up. Thompson in the back line. They bring the ball out. Jacker. Little kick wasn't clean, but it was effective. Found his teammate. Went back towards centre wing. Mark has been taken out there. And Tompkins it is. So again, They go quickly. Kick wasn't good, but Swennison's... No, it wasn't Swenison this time. It was Charlie Smith. He had it, lost it. Ball was cleaned up. Ball comes through the middle of the ground. Some good work there. And that was through Thalburn once again. Got the handball across. Put his teammate under Plant under pressure. The ball now comes out wide and into the hands of Hodgson. Hodgson goes into the forward line. Another great kick mark has been taken. And this will be by Jordan Cam. And he is inside range and will go back and shoot for goal. So he's about 35 out, I would think. Kick from about 40. And a 45-degree angle to work to. Comes in now. Long kick at goal. Looks okay. Comes back with a breeze, and that has gone straight through the middle. The first goal of the season goes to Thomson, and Jordan Cam has that goal. They lead 1-0. Or 1 goal, 6 points, I should say, Grub. And North Geelong are yet to score.
Yeah, a little bit scrambly in the middle, and a couple of mistakes from the North Geelong boys early pretty much let Thomson in there, and they got the ball down beautifully. But I just like the way they know the ground. Cam's been here for a couple of years. He goes back, he kicks it. You think it's going to go through the points, but he kicks it and allows for the win, and it glides through the goals, and that means they're right on song, and they know what they're doing. That's a beautiful kick.
Back in the middle now, it's Jarvis and Davis. Davis has won most, and he won that one again to Tompkins. Tompkins to Smith with a quick handball, and off one step, kicks forward, clears everyone in the pack. Thomson defenders desperate trying. Habib comes through for North Geelong, kicks across his body, and immediately returns serve with a goal. The first of the afternoon to the very versatile Mitch Habib for the North Geelong side. That was a good opportunist goal, Grubby.
A lovely goal, actually, and it's just the way they work the ball out of the centre. You know, obviously they're going to come at it all day. Thomson looked all right in the first couple of seconds, and then North Geelong, not to be denied, decided they're not going to lay down. They're going to get the ball up to Mitch Habib, who's a prolific goal kicker and could finish the day and the year with plenty of goals.
He's an interesting player. He played as a true forward, full forward earlier in his career, but he's looking more like a high half-forward type midfielder.
I think it suits him better, gives him a chance to run, as long as he's fit, which he looks very, very fit at the moment. Looks fitter than his old man. He's in a moon boot.
Good to see Corey Elmer back in this North Geelong side too. Borg from the middle of the ground, runs towards Elmer. They're beating to it with Plant. Bit of pace. Handball goes over the top. That was okay. Ball comes out, goes to Jolly. Jolly gets the ball into the forward line. That's a nice looking kick. Coming out again, the mark has been taken by Jordan Cam. This time just below the scoreboard. And again, would probably have to be a little bit better kick this time, going back with that breeze.
Well, going the other way of the breeze this time, so it's really going to test him.
He's got the same distance really to work with, so we would think that the accuracy will be anything required here. Distance shouldn't be a problem. So he steps in now, crosses over 50, and again, kicking from about 40, kicks that goal. That will go to the goal square. Mark is not taken, comes to the bottom of the pack, picked up, handball comes out. Thomson trying to work the ball free of the contest, but it's been held up. Well, it's been a free kick, actually. I think he's pointed here. It must have been over the top of the shoulder or something, I think. And coming out, it looks like maybe Hodgson it is.
Has anyone seen Fano?
Yeah.
He won't be far away.
He was here before, wandering somewhere. So Hodgson it is this time, basically from nearly the point of the goal square, a 45-degree angle, kicks that goal, and he is offline and misses through for a minor score. So Thomson to 1-1, and North Geelong on that one solitary goal. We have just gone 5.5 minutes first quarter, and who was the sponsor of the quarter? Did we hear?
Yeah, Common Lafine Hotel first quarter.
Did anyone see what that free kick was for?
No. Over the shoulder, I hear.
Jake Dalziel for North Geelong kicks very long into the centre of the ground. Front of the pack is kicked forward quickly for them. Punched away by Swenninson, trying to look for an advantage, but Thomson defenders mop up really well. Sweninson's followed up, knocked the ball out of the hand of his opponent, and is kicked neatly into the forward line. The ball runs past Thomson defence. North Geelong forward, big fella there in Blake Miller, former Bannockburn Premiership player. He can't get hold of the ball, and we're going to have a ball up, I think, right beside the goal post.
Should have been a North Geelong goal, that one.
Yeah, certainly should have been. Miller couldn't get his hands below his knees to pick it up. He's down doing the ruck work. He's done very well there, got it down, but Thomson have sharked it. Tackle quickly over the line. We'll have a throw in about 10 metres round from the behind post. North Geelong in attack. The scores are 7 to Thomson, 6 to North Geelong. First quarter, 2023 GDFNL season. So wait again, the boundary umpire throws in. Jarvis and Miller this time. Jarvis wins it. It comes down to the front of pack, and a quick snap at goal from Todd Smith there from North Geelong is through for 1 point only. So that levels the scores up, 7 each, and we're about 6 minutes into the first quarter.
Jackie with the ball now from fullback, plays on quickly, goes out wide. Good interception there from a bib, sees the ball back over the boundary line and lets North Geelong set up to have another shot at a goal in their area. On the 50-metre line, the ball will be thrown back in. Davis this time down doing the ruck work. Jarvis also with him. Jarvis front position. Ball goes to the front of the pack. I can't see who collected it. The ball comes out, hands, goes quickly towards goal, and it's out of bounds on the full. And I'm not too sure who kicked that. It was.
Oh, I couldn't pick it up.
It's number 31 there, Byron Marnie. So, ball with Semi Jacker. I think it is right down in the back pocket beside the behind post, and he's going to load up and deliver the ball long outside the ground, and that's only gone towards centre wing. It's a great kick. The ball is out there. The ball is picked up outside. This time Alex Jolly went after it, but he was tackled and brought the ground umpire in quickly, and he will have that ball just short of centre wing. Thompson's trying to work the ball out of the defensive end. There's a free kick this time being given. It's going to go to Davis. I'm not too sure what happened there. It was a hold in the indication, I think, from the umpire. So Tom Davis now to put North Geelong back into attack, and they go long. Mills' direction.
That's a push.
He did push underneath.
That's
the
a push up.
Umpires allowed it, and Blake Miller will go back and shoot for goal.
Miller will provide something that they missed down there last year, a really big, strong target. He was a good player at Bannockburn in that first premiership year, Grubby.
Well, he was, and he'll be an even better player if he keeps pushing blokes out and getting marks like that, because that was a dead set push.
Well, the umpire's side, I thought Grubs, we had plenty good look at it.
Yeah.
Quite surprising.
So Blake Miller will come in and shoot at his first for the afternoon. Kicks a goal. Looks okay off the boot. Umpire says that is okay, and straight over his head, he's got his first the afternoon. North Geelong have their second. They are 2-1. They lead Thomson on 1-1. We have gone just over 9 minutes. First quarter, Commonwealth Hotel. First quarter scoreboard.
You're right. They're actually scrambling pretty well and got a couple of free kicks. I won't be ringing Steve Keaton during the week because Steve's gone.
Yeah.
Steve is now running the umpires in the WRFL, and we will be wishing him all the best, Steve, and thanks for a magnificent job you've done over the last, a few years now. He was fantastic at his job, and I know he'll do well. I tell you what, this game's shaping right up.
It's a very interesting contest so far. Jarvis and Davis this time comes down to Zach Plant, who had a great year last year. It's a quick kick forward by Bissett, but the intercepting mark is Reece Tompkins for North Geelong. He looks for a lead out towards wing. He's looking for Davis. Intercepted before it got to him. Jarvis kicks it off the ground, trying to get some forward movement for Thompson. Another kick off the ground, but coming through the back of the pack there for North Geelong was Hearn. He kicks it down to centre wing. It's coming straight back, though, into the middle of the ground, and that's a good mark under a bit of pressure there from Thulburn, who's returned to the club this year. Cost the ground to Jacker. Jacker's lovely drop punt pass into the path of teammate, but coming through for North Geelong there. Punching it out of the way was Dalziel, and he's got it over the boundary line, right in front of the Thomson coach's box, where Paul Lynch is standing very astutely watching this game. He's got a big year ahead of him, a very, very highly qualified coach and looking after the Thomson
Got a
side.
bit of a hold there too, but he let it go.
He did indeed. Jarvis and Davis again, as Plant gets it away with a clever little hand pass to Bissett. He quickly kicks forward. Ball lands without anyone touching it. Tompkins again tries to pick it up for North Geelong. Has a second go. Still can't get a handle on it. Players desperately going in, but that early season fumbles has hit everyone. No one can get a clean grab of the ball, and the umpire has come in and found a free kick, and it will go to Jolly for Thompson. Left footer straight into the hot spot. Pack of players go up. Can't quite hold the mark. Over the back of the pack for Thompson, and a quick kick at goal. That is a goal. And that, I think, was number 57. Is it Jeremy Kane?
I agree.
Has kicked that goal. That's Thompson's second, and that levels the score up 13 each. And we're 10 minutes into this first quarter here at Godfrey Street.
Let's just have a look at across the ground. I think North Geelong's forwards are holding their own, doing pretty well, and their ruckman and their midfielders too. But their defence is getting a belting down there. It's only been in about 3 times, and they've scored just about every time and almost another time. So Their defence has got to tighten up because the game plan of Thomson is to look for blokes on the lead. That's working pretty well. And I think North Geelong defence, if they're to win this game, have got to really, really tighten things up down there. Otherwise, they'll let through too many goals today.
So ball back in the umpire's hands. He throws it up in the middle. Jarvis up a bit too early. Comes down out of the middle. Bissett once again. He's been okay. Got a number of touches. Ball goes into their forward line. Can't be picked up there by Mead Harding. Goes back on the left boot. Goes quickly and long into the forward line. Gee, I tell you what, Cam made a fair bit of ground up there. Couldn't quite get there. It's picked up and cleared away for North Geelong by Jarvis. And he goes out wide. Mark has been taken out there by Thalburn, I think it is. Sorry, no, it's not. It's Todd Smith. So he now delivers the ball back inside. Kick wasn't great.
No.
Nathan Bissett must be wearing a different colour jumper because it went straight on his chest, but he turns it and goes short into the middle of the ground. Good lead up. Mark was taken and given. Handball coming through this time. Barnett got the handball back to Bissett. Goes towards Cam. Didn't hit him on the chest. He had to work hard. He's at ground level. Picked up there. Beecroft got the ball back and handball comes out. Out the back, North Geelong. Smith it is. He's tackled, brought to ground. No prior opportunity there. Good umpiring decision. And he will come in and take possession of the ball towards centre wing.
The forward, Smithy. Like they were centimetres away from having another shot at goal on the lead.
So ball this time, Davis over the top, goes towards Hearn, taps it further afield. Ball runs towards the boundary line, but it can't be picked up. And I think it was Jewell that was chasing the ball, and it will be a throw in on centre wing, or just forward of centre wing for the North Geelong side.
Has Tommy Swinnerson put on a bit of beef and muscle, do you think, from the last time we saw him?
It's definitely bigger than we saw him, mate.
Yeah, my word he is.
So throw in now. It's the same pair wrestling. The umpire's found a free kick. It's going to go to North Geelong. Swenninson picks up and takes advantage, kicks it down towards Miller. So a good contest down there. Miller's wrestling away. He's got a foot to it, kicked it to his advantage, but Thomson pick up that loose ball, get it to ground, a short kick out of their defensive line. Their player is tackled with the ball. Swenninson, who we spoke of, kicks it beautifully back into the centre, but over the head of the intended target, and Thomson come out again with the ball. Maguire has it this time, one of their very seasoned defenders. He kicks down the line looking for Jarvis. It lands just in front of him. He actually gets a foot on it. I thought he may have kicked that out on the full accidentally, but the boundary umpire said all is good, and it will be thrown in. Half forward flank, North Geelong in attack. It's right on the 50-metre arc. And again, Jarvis and Davis, who have been wrestling away, and the wrestle continues. Jarvis this time gets it down to Bissett, who's been very prolific. Hand pass across to Maguire. Maguire back to Bissett. Kicks across his body, but Kaya Henderson, the North Geelong wingman, takes a mark. Kicks down and finds Swenninson only 15 metres further forward.
Still can find a footy, Grub.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Swenninson kicks a lovely drop punt right into a hot spot looking for Miller. Goes over the back. He almost held onto a chest mark, but was knocked out of his path and over the boundary line. So they've got a chance to set up for a snap at goal here. 10 metres around from the behind post. Scores are level, 13 each. And we are 11 and a half minutes. No, we're not. We're 15 minutes into behind, the first quarter.
Clock working. We're right now.
Habib comes in, tries to whack it forward to his advantage. The umpire has blown the whistle. All clear. One behind as it was rushed through for a point. Jacker for Thomson comes out and finds Bissett in the middle of the ground. That customary left-hand pass of him comes a little bit further down. Neat kick. And it finds Mead Harding, centre wing. The left footer kicked quite a few goals for Thomson last year. He kicks down the line, punched away from the pack there. Thomson again comes through to pick up the ball. They're not going anywhere. Ball up right in centre wing. Right in front of our commentary box here, 94.7 The Pulse, bringing you the football live from Godfrey Street this afternoon. Round 1, GDFNL season. Jarvis and Davis again. Davis this time quickly down to Jewell. Jewell kicks forward, but intercepting there and taking a mark is Jay Diffie, who's going to cause us both some trouble this afternoon. A kick from Kane for Thomson into the forward line. Comes over the back of the pack, desperately defending there for North Geelong is Luke Swenninson. Gets it over the boundary line in front of his team's coach's box. And we'll have a boundary throw in.
What's the use of having the clock run if it's not right?
We took a while to get it working. We're just going off this one. We're just getting the hang of it.
But that's not right.
I can't add time to it.
You're going to bugger it up every time.
Well, look at the clock over there.
Cam gets it down to Plant. Plant, a neat little hand pass Cross to his teammate there in Donahue. He kicks forward, but it's gone through for a minor point only, and that levels the scores up again. 2-2 each, and we're 16 and a half minutes into the Common Nafeen Hotel first quarter here at Godfrey Street Oval, Thomson.
That's what they've got to do too. They can't let a bloke run through goal side of a stoppage.
So Dalziel now from full back goes out line. Another nice kick out of defence. Ball gets towards centre wing. It's taken over the boundary line. Good ball from behind by the defence there. I think that was Seligen that came over the top, taking the ball out, and it'll be thrown back in with Jarvis and Davis still doing the ruck work. Neither player has had a break as yet. So it's thrown in. Wasn't a great throw in. Jarvis got there first. Again coming through Elmer. Handball goes back inside. Was okay, but it's been turned around there. Kicked sideways, goes across the ground. It's Thomson now with the ball. They come out of the half-back line over the hands, over the head of McLeod. Picked up there, Beecroft. He's tackled, brought to ground. At the ground level, picked up there by Phillips. He goes back on the left foot. Goes back into their forward line. Diffie is running towards the ball, but coming out. He's going to have to get there and help out now because he needs to lay a good tackle. He did so. Ball came out in the tackle. There. Umpire said that was incorrect disposal. And that will be 50.
Yeah, Jay Diffie led there, and he got popped back, so he earned himself a 50-metre penalty.
Not going to take advantage of it, though, because he moves the ball on quickly. Marcus taken out there by Kane. Kane now goes low and flat into the forward line. Nice looking kick, and Cam coming out has taken the mark once again. This is a Jordan. He goes short into the forward line. Another good kick. Mead Harding on the left boot goes quickly. Probably had time to steady and go back, but he put that ball out of bounds on the full. So there's going to be a free kick going the way of North Geelong. Charlie Farrell.
You're right, Smithy. 2 extra steps and a bit of a steady, and that goes right through the high little, I can tell you. He just kicked it a little bit too quick. He had no one behind him, plenty of time.
So Farrell now with the ball deep in defence. He looks to deliver the ball low, flat kick outside. Elmer has out there. He takes the mark. Steadying things down for North Geelong now. He goes longer towards centre wing. Tompkins the target. Ball spoiled from behind. Coming through. Jarvis, I think it was, got the ball out. Sheedy got the handball out further. Ends up in the hands of Donahue on the left boot. Goes back into their half-forward line. Maguire's a long way out of his defensive role. We tried and couldn't take the mark. Coming underneath. I think that might have been Swenison. And the ball goes back towards the boundary line and over. It was actually Tompkins it was. A bit of difference in size.
Same head, though.
Yeah, they've got 3 of them got the same barber,
yeah,
I think. Corey Elmer as well.
Yeah, one Corey Elmer I thought might have been Luke Sweatherson. I wasn't sure.
So the ball thrown back in this time. Davis again. Now there's been a free kick picked out of that one. Going to Jarvis once again. And he'll have a free kick and put the ball back inside their attacking 50. They go towards the centre-half forward position. Again, North Geelong numbers everywhere there. They spoiled each other, but they're able to come away. Jewell, he couldn't take it cleanly. Handball goes out from Donahue. Running player outside is Mead Harding. This time he brings the ball back.
It might have been flattened after he kicked it, I think.
It's either going to be down the field. It will be. And this time it will be a Jordan Cam once again.
I think he's hurt too, the North Geelong boy.
Yeah, and his Thomson opponent is looking out for his best interests there too, which is good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, not when I played, it wasn't.
No, that's right.
Drop the knee to him and keep going.
Oh dear.
That has gone across the face of goal and a minor score, so it will put Thomson in front. They lead 2-3, North Geelong on 2-2, and just over 20 minutes have gone by, so umpire just waiting now.
Young Dalziel, I think the boy was.
He's up and running.
Up and moving again.
So the ball from the full-back position comes out wide.
What's going on here?
Not too sure. He's asking for the player at the full forward position, the bloke standing in defence. And
well, if he's done that and they've kicked it and he hasn't come back,
it's got to be a 50-metre.
It's got to be a 50-metre penalty. I wouldn't have thought you'd just bring it back, but
anyway, that's what we've done, so that's right. We'll start again from that full-back position. So again, North Geelong this time bring the ball, club room side of the ground, going out towards centre wing. Mark not taken out there by Davis. Out the back, ball is picked up from Thomson. Cam goes, he lost possession of the ball, picked up by Maguire. Tackle, ball comes out again. Smith over the top, high tackle. Yes, everyone saw that. And the umpire also, so he'll win the free kick. So he will go back. Charlie Smith. Is he an inclusion this year, or was he there last year?
I can't remember him being there last year,
No,
but
I
he's
don't
playing
think
okay.
So
Todd
Smith
certainly
now
was.
has the ball. He just delivers the ball
Oh,
down
that's
the
down the
field.
ground.
And that will be a
That's
free
a
kick.
stupid thing to do.
I don't think it hurt him that much.
No,
did
it didn't hurt him, but you're always going to get a down the ground free kick.
Good man to have the ball in the hands of, and Blake Miller will go back and he will have the free kick. Inside 50, so well within range for this bloke.
And I'll tell you what, it's hurt him a little bit more than you and I thought.
Maybe it has.
I reckon he might have hit his head on the ground or something because he looks a bit groggy.
It was Darcy Troop who laid that late tackle.
Doesn't matter. Blake Miller now has a chance to put North Geelong back in front. Kicks from outside 50. Nice looking kick off the boot, holding its line.
That's a
and
beautiful
straight through the
kick.
middle. So Blake Miller has his second goal of the quarter and the third for North
kick,
Geelong. They
Blakey!
move to 3-2. They lead Thomson on 2-3. We have gone just over 22 minutes. First quarter, Commonwealth Hotel, first quarter scoreboard.
I know what they do these days. They have their rotations. They have them planned. So when you do something like that, you sort of get away with it. But in the old day, I reckon they should find a way to get that bloke off the ground. Lynch have a big word to him because he's just cost them a goal for something that was pretty bloody stupid. And, you know, it was a mile after he kicked it, and it all starts winning these games with discipline, and there was a lack of it there.
Back in the middle now, Davis again, but it's Zach Plant who sharks that knockout and that neat little left foot pass going forward. Bissett can't quite hold the mark. Swenninson kicks across his body's looking out for Liam Phillips at pace on the wing, but Plant got there first, forced the ball over the boundary line. Centre wing scores 2-3-15 Thomson. North Geelong probably surprised them a little with their tenacity early, 3-2-20. They've got that narrow lead at the 23-minute mark of this Commonwealth Hotel first quarter. Davis read that a lot better, punched it down, but it's going to go all the way to the boundary line and a secondary throw-in. No player able to run onto that.
Don't know what his name is, that boundary umpire. He's the one with the ponytail and the little goat. He's been around for 100 years. He's been a pretty good boundary umpire too, I can tell you.
Yeah, and he's doing good work already to start this season off. Neat little throw in again. Players wrestling, holding each other. A bib can't get it. Swennison's got himself another high tackle.
Again.
And he just constantly have his head over the ball. He's got beautiful skills when he wins it, and that is a lovely left foot kick into the forward line. Looking for a teammate that comes over the back of the pack desperately. Going hard there for North Geelong trying to win the ball was Marnie. He lost possession. And the ball's come forward again. And it's Tom Swenninson who's won the ball again.
He's a chance here.
Again, he's a great winner of the footy, but he also uses it beautifully. That's the great skill of his game with hand or foot. He's going to be kicking from outside of 50, but he's given himself a chance. He's run round the man on the mark, got himself into a bit of a trouble. He's been forced to kick under it to get over the fella coming at him, and it's missed. One behind only. So they go to 3-3-21. Thomson 2-3-15, 24 and a half minutes into the first quarter.
It's one of those smaller grounds, Thompson, where the 50's probably not quite 50, but he needed that extra run.
So the ball kicked out of full back into the back pocket. Marcus taken out there by Donohue. So Donohue just there now. Corian was telling me he's worked around. Donohue now takes on a kick up the middle. Could be dangerous. Ball gets out the back, so it's okay. Into the hands of Jolly on the left boot. He puts the ball back into the middle. Cam's there, but it's going to be intercepted there. Mark has been taken out there for North Geelong, this time by Florio.
He's a new kid.
Yep, so he decides to go long and direct, and why wouldn't you? Straight back into their forward line. Ball at the front of the contest is cleaned up there. Thompson had picked the ball up, and I can't see who the player was that picked it up, but he is tackled and brought to ground fairly quickly.
Ooh, a bit of a box on.
A bit of excitement in the first quarter. Still can't see the player getting up. Grub, who was it?
Okay, he just turned around. I couldn't see him. I'll get him in a minute.
It's not Kerslake, is it? There's a free kick going to Thompson. But
It is Kerslake. It is Kerslake.
So it's not... so I think it might be Diffie that's got the ball now, is it, or not?
No, I don't think so.
Well, if he's not... They can start the game, can't they?
As long as he's not on a stretcher, yes.
That's all right. So the ball's going to be cleared out there, and I think it was Zach Plant that took the kick, and he goes back towards centre wing. That was a good, strong mark out there.
Yep, it was.
And again, Thompson now with another kick to take their ball towards centre wing. Over the top, Maguire, little short one towards the boundary line.
There's a whistle going back behind play.
So he's asked it to come back. I'm not too sure because the mark was taken. It was clean, but umpire said no, it's coming back. So Maguire this time will take 2 from the same position, and it'll be the same kick because it's going straight back to Nathan Bissett on centre wing. So Bissett now will look to put the ball into the half that Thompson required to be. Asked to play on by the umpire. Not sure where he wants to go. So on the right boot, delivers the ball towards the half-forward line. Thompson there, number comes across. Marcus taken. They play him to move the ball back in the side. That was Farrell to Swenison. Nice clean pick up. In and out of the contest he went back and collected his own handball. Comes across the ground and found Jewell. And there's 2 of them in the side. This is Jackson, so he comes out wider. Marcus taken out there. And again, this time young Henderson has the ball, looking to go back across the ground, decides to go straight down the line this time. Thompson with the numbers back there, and the mark has been taken back there. Mark has been taken there by Jarvis, it is. Got the handball away, and again, this time they come back towards centre wing, up over the top. Mark is not taken. Again, Swenison picks the ball up, handball out the back to Jewell. Jewell again off one step, goes back to that same position. Elmer's got to make a contest, ball comes to ground. It's kept alive out there, and I think it's Solburn to try to keep the ball alive. Ball comes back towards Donahue, in and out of the contest, did nicely and delivers the ball now back over centre wing. Out there is Tompkins. He went back after the ball, hands and knees, wants to be careful now. He's over the top of it, comes out the back. I don't know how it came out, but the handball came out, and that was Kane. Got the handball back towards the boundary line, still in the field of play, kept in by Cam, runs along the boundary line. Gee, the numbers with North Geelong back there. They picked the ball up. Reynolds, that was a dangerous kick.
Reynolds.
I'm not too sure who he's looking at. He's put his teammate in Swenison under a fair bit of pressure, but he's good enough and equal to it. Gets the ball back and has a little bit of time now. Looks up and goes straight down the ground. Kick was good and mark has been taken. Farrell it is. Turns and goes out wide. Out towards Tompkins, and on centre wing he's got runners outside. Decides to turn back inside. Go long towards centre half forward. Player on his own. Comes up, meets the ball. Handball comes out the back.
Good
Again,
bump.
some numbers back there with Thompson and Thulburn. It is back lending some assistance on the left boot. Delivers the ball back towards centre wing. Out the ball. Went through Beecroft's hand. McLeod is there on hands and knees. Ball with Sheedy this time. Umpire said it's a free kick coming back and will go to Jackson McLeod.
Good decision.
So McLeod now on centre wing. A little bit of time left, won't be too much left, but he decides to go long into their forward line. Again, Tompkins' best position. Couldn't take the mark. Cam made the spoil, comes out, picked up, a handball out the top, went straight back into the hands of Cam, picked up by Kane, and he looks to go back into their forward line. One-on-one contest, best in front, I think it was. No, it wasn't, it was Reynolds, and he did nicely, and he took the mark. So Reynolds now to steady things down for North Geelong. He decides to go long and flat outside. Kick was very wide and very flat, but it's out of bounds on the full. And again, Thompson with the free kick, and Cam will take it.
That's 2 shocking kicks. He's been working with my son for too long. He's gone half mad. That would do it. But
he decides to play on and go long into the forward line. Out the back, Mark is in front. Not quite
he's going to pay it. He's going to pay it.
He let it
No,
go.
he's not.
Ball comes out. Tompkins it was. Went back into the hands of Florio, and he brings the ball back outside 50. So they defended well so far, North Geelong, but they're going to get up to do it again because the ball's going to come back. And they've got the ball towards their half-forward line. Handball back inside. Bit of pressure there. A player sits over the ball. Umpire says it is coming back to me. So at the 29, almost 30-minute mark of the first quarter, it is North Geelong 3-3, leading Thompson 2 goals, 3.
Ball up again, punched away by Jarvis towards his team's goal. Players all running on it. Swenison under gets a hand pass out for North Geelong, not going anywhere. Comes to Jewell. Back across to, that was Smith, Charlie Smith, who got whacked earlier. He's got another one now. And short kick finds a teammate, and that is Jackson Jewell.
Oh, he's taking it off him.
Jewell has taken it off him. He pushed a bit harder. It's a
bit high.
Frustration, that, yeah.
High.
So quick kick across for Thompson. That player was Sheedy, but it was a poor kick in the end, and it's been intercepted.
Charlie
North Geelong defender Jewell has it.
No, it's Charlie Farrell.
Yeah, it's Farrell actually. Farrell, he kicks down the line. That's a terrible kick looking for Davis. Misses him completely. Troop kicks forward for Thompson, and he's found a teammate there in the forward line, and it's Mitch Hodgson. And he will line up for goal. He's fancying himself, I think, trying to get round the man on the mark. Does so. Cut a few metres off. Kicks long, but slightly off to the right-hand side. One behind only So they go to 2-4-16. We're past the 31-minute mark into this Common Nafeen Hotel first quarter. North Geelong 3-3-21. 5-point lead to the visitors. And it's Dalziel for North Geelong. Runs his full measure and then kicks long towards the wind, looking for Davis over the back of the pack. Thomson pick up the crumb, kick into the forward line. Pack of players coming underneath it, mainly from North Geelong, but coming across, almost taking the mark, is Jackson McLeod. He kicks it across to Plant. Hands and knees, a quick kick from him into the forward line. Ball goes over the back of the pack and runs through for a behind only. So we must be awfully close to quarter time here. Oh, North Geelong, that's a terrible kick out. Landed into a nest of Thomson players. It's Jacker comes through. A long kick from Jacker. That is missed. One behind only. So Thomson peppering the goal late in the quarter. 2-5-17 now. North Geelong 3-3-21, and we've gone over the 32-minute mark now. Yeah, unusually long first quarter.
Try and find a black and white jumper, not 3 purple jumpers, mate, for God's sake.
So Reynolds, that's better.
It's a bit better.
Reynolds rolling flat, and he has found Charlie Farrell just on the defensive 50. Swennerson inside goes there, dangerous, but it's okay. Takes the mark. If you're doing stats, I reckon he might be in double figures already. Yeah. He goes out wide, another nice looking kick out the back, Habib up over the top, good hands. Got a running player coming through, used him now, and that was Dalziel. He goes long into the forward line. They want a contest, coming out the back. The ball comes to ground, picked up. Alma was looking to give the handball away, decided to stop in the left boot. Kick was smothered as he put it forward. And the ball runs back towards the pocket now. So North Geelong still with an opportunity. Alma gets out of the contest, decides to walk over the boundary line. And there will be a throw in late in this first quarter. So Jarvis down there doing the ruck. Davis also. I thought he might have pushed out and let the big fella do it. And unfortunately, the ball thrown back in. Again, Jarvis front position, taps it down. Again, the clearance bomb. Thomson comes outside 50, back towards Henderson. Picked up by Habib. Left boot goes long into the forward line. Out the back, Miller. And he is there, and he has taken the mark. He can go back and shoot at his third goal of the afternoon.
Ooh, that'll hurt. There was 3 of them were having a crack at him, but the big fella held his ground and took a really, really strong mark.
So he's done well, Blake Miller, back in the North Geelong colours. He's going to go the little banana here, I think. Runs out, gives himself a bit of room, kicks that goal, and he likes it. He has his third. North Geelong have their fourth. They are now 4-3. They lead Thomson on 2-6, and we have gone almost 34 minutes first quarter. Common Nafeen Hotel first quarter scoreboard.
It's strange, isn't it? Like I just thought Thomson would start to get the ascendancy. They had more of the footy. And North Geelong go in pretty much once and kick a goal for Blake Miller. And like Blake Miller's had a decorated junior career with North Geelong, premierships, 100 goals. He got out the Bannockburn. He's come back, probably still carrying a little bit, but I know he had a knee injury, so he's going to be quite dangerous. He's a beautiful kick. He can kick him from anywhere, as he just showed us. And if he can contribute, 3, 4, maybe even 5 goals a week for North Geelong, it'll be a huge find for them. I don't know which way the wind's going. I think it's going to North Geelong's end, but it's only a zephyr, and I don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah, I think they got a little bit. Just makes a difference when you've got a big body to kick at when you're coming forward with confidence. They have 3 at quarter time. That's a big return. Davis for North Geelong wins the tap out. Hand passes, which releases young Smith, Charlie Smith, that is. He kicks long and straight, looking for Miller again. Ball's over the back of the pack. Comes out. Miller uses his bulk again. He's tackled and thrown to the ground. He still has the ball. The umpire said that you've had it too long, son. And it's going to be a free kick to Travis Maguire, who's been prominent again for his beloved Thomson Tigers again this afternoon.
Well, that makes Miller's effort even better because he's on one of the premier fullbacks in the competition.
So Maguire now kicks out to the half-back flank looking for Zach Plant, but running in front of his is Swennens.
Yeah, he's paid that.
It's actually Liam Phillips, who's come to the club this year from Lara in the GFL, and Phillips has won possession. I cannot believe we've gone 35 and a half minutes. Someone must have lost the button. We've gone back to 25 minutes in time on like the old days. So it's kicked by Phillips into the forward line, over the back of the pack. Miller again got his hands on the ball, can't quite pick it up. Thomson run the ball over the boundary line. About 20 metres round from the behind post, there will be a throw in, and we're pushing to 36 minutes into this first quarter.
Where does that come from? Really?
Makes no sense.
I can't see where that comes from.
We've had no injury issues at all. Jarvis lays it down in front of his teammate there in Tholburn. He can't break clear of the pack. Comes out again, and that finally the siren has sounded to end the first quarter. And Thomson a 2-6-18. North Geelong 4-3-27. Goal kickers Dale Smith.
Yes, for the home side we have got two, and they are Jordan Cam and Jeremy Kane. For the North Geelong side, they're 4. 3 to Blake Miller and 1 to Mitch Habib.
We'll go back to the studios of 94.7 The Pulse. This has been 94.7 The Pulse Football, the home of football, GDFNL. Eight shots at goal. North Geelong 4-3-27, 7 shots, and that would suggest an even first quarter, although a 9-point lead to North Geelong. Grubby, we had a lot of questions before the game. You got any answers at quarter time?
No, I haven't really. I just think normally when you get the first quarter of the first round of the season, it's scrambly, it's hard, and it has been at times, but there's been some pretty good footy played, and it's been played by both sides. Thomson, well, they haven't had 8 shots for goal because there was a couple of rushed and whatnot. So, and North Geelong, they look 4-3, a couple of hard shots. Look, I think it's been very, very entertaining. A lot of people might have thought that Thomson, would beat them, and they probably might. They looked the better side for a little while. For about 10 minutes there, they played all over North, and you thought, oh, here we go. North gets it down there once, kicks the goal, and then gets a bit of drive from that and gets it back down there. So, look, really good game of footy. For Thomson, I thought Nathan Bissett started off with his new club pretty well. Charlie Donohue's been in the thick of things. Jarvis has had a great battle in the ruck. I like Plant. Plant gets the ball a fair bit and does a bit with it. Jordan Cam looked really, really dangerous early, and I think they've got to go back to that, wait till he leads and hit him on the chest with it, because he leads very, very well. And yet Mitch Hodgson that you were talking about, I thought he's been okay too. And at North, look, Charlie Farrell, a couple of bad kicks from Charlie Farrell. I've never seen that much, but maybe, a bit rusty. Tommy Swenison's probably the best man on the ground. Charlie Smith was okay. Tompkins in the thick of it down there. Elmer looking dangerous. I think he's going to come good. Dalziel, I like Dalziel that quarter. He got down, he got hurt, and he got back up, and he got a few touches. And, of course, as I said, with the big fellow from Thomson, he's having a great battle with Davis in the ruck, who's also doing well. And, of course, you can't forget Blake Miller with 3 goals, and he's the focal point down there. I really enjoyed the quarter. If there's a breeze, it might have been going to the North Geelong end, and we'll soon see about that now, and we'll see how Thomson come out in this second quarter.
Well, it certainly surprised me. I just got a feeling, as you said, that the passages of play that Thomson have put together, they've looked a bit cleaner, just haven't taken full advantage. And we might know about that North Geelong fitness thing as the game goes on. But that late goal from Miller, we got to about the 34-minute mark, given that 9-point break, I suppose you've got to say they've won the quarter, but I still think Thomson look a bit slicker, Grubby, when at times when they've had the ball.
Yeah, they have, but they were like 50-50. In the early part of the quarter, they went into the forward line really well and looked really dangerous. And then all of a sudden, they didn't sort of go in. They didn't look for Cam. The balls were just dropping on the ground. Blokes were having shots when they, probably had a bit of a break and they had plenty of time, which is obviously a bit of talk. Just tell him, slow down, steady up, kick the goal. And they just didn't go into the forward line as well in the second half of the quarter as they did in the first half. And if they can do that this quarter, they could get a break. But North Geelong, they're playing as well as Thomson at the moment, and they've got some really, really good players that they rely on. If they can stay fit, we could have a really, really close game on our hands today.
Dale Smith, you've done a bit of coaching. Would you be plonking someone on the top of Tom Swenninson, or are you happy enough that your midfielders will outgun them collectively?
I think he's he's a kid that's going to always find the footy, and you just got to cut out his effectiveness now. As I said, if he's getting the ball through the middle of the ground,
they miss Freeman.
They do miss Freeman.
Putting their ball into their far forward line, that's when he's dangerous, because he is a good user of the ball. But I've been pretty impressed with North Geelong. As I said, I really thought that the game would have been well and truly conducted by Thomson and in their forward half a fair bit, especially after their first 5 or 10 minutes. But North Geelong settled pretty well, so their defence is a bit underrated, I suppose, at this stage, but they're doing a pretty good job down there. I've also been impressed with Jackson Jewell, got himself and found the ball a little bit outside on the centre wing here. So, look, they've got some good young kids, some good young runners, and at this stage holding their own. Again, without being out in the middle of the ground and finding what that breeze is really worth, but we'll probably know in about 30 minutes.
We might find
or 35 minutes.
Yeah, or 15 if they go wild. But the good thing about North Geelong, I think, is their recruits will always take a little bit of time. But when you're talking about playing slick footy, there's a lot of players who have been there, like Davis. I know Swenison's come back. Elmer, the other ball there, the bloke, what was his name? The bloke at centre half back. Tompkins. They've been kept in the game and good play by the blokes that they've had there for a few years. So maybe a few of them have turned the corner under the new coach.
Yep. So here we go, second quarter action here, and game is underway. Ball back in the middle this time. Jarvis and Davis both have a bit of it. Thorburn couldn't take it cleanly. Plants got his hand on the ball once again. Tried to get through the contest, was tackled, brought to ground. Hands the ball back to the umpire, so throwing it up again. Davis has also been good, and I think Grubby mentioned that. They both had a good contest in the middle of the ground. Swenison clean, handballs over to Smith, back to Swenison, got himself outside, little kick forward, and he travelled about 2 metres, hit the target. That's what you need to do if you're going to kick it that short, I suppose. Ball into the forward line, mark not taken, runs out towards the boundary line, inletting for the ball there is O'Halloran. He gets the ball back towards centre wing. Contest is made out there, and again Swenison first on the ball. Strength got through the contest. Habib quickly into the forward line. It wasn't a great kick, it's going to come straight back out. That kick was rushed, but it was okay. Found the hands of Josh Cam, it is. So he is now on the half back line, far side of the ground. He looks to deliver the ball over centre wing, going across is Davis. He's up in front. His player from behind didn't give him the protection he probably deserved. It picked up there. The handball comes out, and that was through Troop. And it's gone back towards centre wing. And again, North Geelong with some numbers out there. Trying to get through the contest. Yep, tried to do a little bit too much. And that handball was to somebody that wasn't. You can't.
Oh, he's called advantage. You've got to keep going, son.
I reckon there was there. But umpire's going to give him the grace and take it back. and there will be a free kick back on centre wing, as we said. So, again, ball out there. Hodgson again, I think it is. It's going to deliver the ball long into their forward line. There's tall marking options. Ball comes to the ground, picked up out there by Reynolds. Delivers the ball across the ground. Now there's a 2-on-1 contest out here. And so far, the one is going okay, but it's Donahue that comes in and takes the ball. Little kick underground. Didn't hit the target again. Has to work hard. Going back towards the ball. They tap it back towards Smith once again. Got a handball away. It was a good handball. Quickly into the middle of the ground they go. Thomson again with some numbers. Ball out the back. Goes out and goes quickly into the forward line. A good kick, quick kick. Found Jolly. Did he drop that, did he?
No, played on.
Did he? Got the handball out. Ends up in the hands there of Diffie. And he goes long. I did say Diffie. And he goes straight over the boundary line. And it is going to be a throw-in.
Yeah, really scrubby stuff at the moment, isn't there?
Yeah, look.
Missed kicks and it's
Young Sam Reynolds down there's got a pretty big job in hand, and he's doing all right. But where's he kicking it to? He's 3 or 4 kicks gone anywhere.
Yeah, this the radar not at this stage of the year. The balls come to the front of the pack. Cam and Davis, but the umpire said that boundary throw-in wasn't strong enough, so they sent it back for a rehash. So we're in the forward pocket. Thomson in attack, only 20 metres around from their behind post.
Which tells me he's throwing it into the wind.
Very much so.
Young
So that is another throw-in. Players underneath it this time. Cam lays it down for Plant. Plant does a very good job. Quick kick across the body.
Missed it.
By it is Bissett, and Bissett has kicked one behind. So Thomson go to 2-6-18. No, they'll be 2-7-19, I reckon. North Geelong 4-3-27. And we've gone 3 minutes on the Eric Nichols clock.
Is it right this time?
Yeah,
Spot on.
Up and running this time, Grub.
Good.
Absolutely spot on. So we're waiting for North Geelong to bring the ball back into play.
Eric would have been pretty disappointed in that.
So ball comes in now, kicked across. It's been whacked back by Plant. I think it is trying to get the ball for Thomson. He can't. Out of bounds in the forward pocket again. We're about 40 metres round this time.
Another poor kick.
Yes, they're really struggling with the ball at this stage.
He is.
He is. That was Reynolds. Yes, so comes to the front of the pack, kicked across. It's goes forward. That's a very little clever tap on by Bissett, but Tompkins comes out, cuts it off. Bissett wins the ball again, kicks it back into the hot spot. But marking the ball deep in defence for North Geelong is Jewell. He kicks out wide, looking for a teammate there, trying to get a handle on the ball, pushed out of it too easily. Comes across to Maguire. Maguire to Troop. Troop has a long shot at goal, and that is a very, very good kick from a tight forward pocket. And that is a goal to Thomson. Takes him to 3-6-24. North Geelong are 4-3-27. 4 minutes, 20 seconds into this second quarter, the Buckley's Entertainment second quarter.
Well, he's a new bloke, this fella, Darcy Troop, and that's a kick from a good player. A player with players coming at him, and he still takes the time to steady, settle down, and a beautiful kick. And that's, as I said, that's the kick of a really good player, and I think he might be a player to watch this year in Darcy Troop.
So we've got the umpire with the ball back in the middle of the ground.
Scoreboard seems to be stuck at the moment. I reckon Thomson are 3-7-25.
Might be still at the quarter-time break, and the ball's come out. This time Donahue again goes quickly back into the forward line. Troop's going to make a beeline for the ball. Couldn't take the mark. Contest was there, picked up. Beecroft it was. He's had the ball stripped from his hands, taken out by Troop once again, got the handball over the top. Handball was okay, went to Jolly. Jolly couldn't get it over the top of an opposing player. Picked up again, Mead Harding, he's in there. Ball comes out again, back into the hands of Swennerson. A little bit of time and poise, goes back to Jewell, to Tompkins on the left boot, delivers the ball back out. Davis over the top of his head, Smith was there, and the umpire's pulled a free kick, has he? I thought there was a whistle blown.
Davis for a push.
Yeah. Okay, so, yep, Davis, it is, that's right, that's it. And he brings the ball across to Florio, and he, a little bit of candy, gets round the player coming at him, over the top, back towards Smith on centre wing. Ball goes over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in. True centre wing, far side of the ground from where we sit. Umpire to come in and take possession of the ball. Sammy Jacker just waiting for the umpire to come round, hands it back nicely.
Wait till the ruckman gets in place. Well done, Sammy.
So umpire now will throw the ball back into the field of play. Jarvis over the top, takes the ball back towards the boundary line, running out at Baker. He gets the handball away. Swennerson again. No, it was Smith that put the ball back into the forward line. Miller up in front. Mark Endor free kick. It's going to be the latter, I think, for a kick to Blake Miller.
This is the kick he'll tell you.
Now, I reckon this might be just outside range now, because I reckon that breeze is a little bit stronger than we think.
Well, this is what I'll tell you, because if he doesn't kick the distance here, then we've got no problems with which way the wind going and how strong it is, because at the other end, he'd have kicked it into the car park.
So Miller now, as we said, 3 in the first quarter, and is lining up for his 4th of the game. He'll kick from right on 50. Kicks long. It's not going to make the distance.
Held it up
in the top of the goal square. Good spoil from the defence coming through. Swennerson in and out of traffic. Got boot to ball. Didn't travel too far. Kicked off the ground. Might have been dangerous. Miller comes up and takes the mark. And this will be a different kick because he's got himself an extra 10 or 15 here. So Blake Miller will go back once again and will shoot for goal. This time I'll say we will make the distance.
Tell you what, there was almost a kicking in danger in there too. He got the benefit of the doubt, but it was very close.
Yeah, quite agree with that.
So Blake Miller, another opportunity, as we said, 7 minutes in to the second quarter here. He will step in now, kick from about 40, kicks at goal. Distance is there, accuracy is not through for a minor score. His first blemish of the afternoon takes North Geelong to 4-4, and I think Thomson should be 3-7. And we'll get that clarified, but the plane is brought back in. I think that might be Jack delivers the ball. It's gone into their half-forward line almost, and Troop leads in the race for the ball. Goes after the ball. Tompkins not too far away. He actually pushes him off the ball, then stays on his feet, but Troop went back and got it once again. Ball comes out of the contest. Tompkins picks it up, needs to get rid of it. Again, ball this time over the boundary line. Umpire said incorrect disposal.
No.
And a free kick will go to North Geelong. Travis Maguire spending a bit of time further up the ground today.
I couldn't see any prior opportunity, to be quite honest.
The ball goes quickly in towards Troop, out in front. Mark not taken. I think he was waiting for the free kick. Didn't come. Goes towards Swennerson. He's tackled from behind by Plant. Ball comes out. Smith's there to assist. Swennerson got to his feet, took the ball into the hands of Donoghue from centre half forward. Goes long, but off line and through for a minor score. His second behind of the game. And they move now to 3-8 of the Thomson side, leading North Geelong 4-4. Almost 9 minutes gone, second quarter.
So the ball's come out, kicked into the path of Reynolds. He can't pick the ball up, but might have worked out all right. It's gone out of bounds.
Yeah, but they muffed it up. The little second little pass got a hand on it from the Thomson player. And
it's hard enough to play cute footy, but on a windy day, first round of the year, you're really up against it.
It put Thomson in the van.
The Davis over the back, whacks it down, but hasn't gone too far. It's Jewel underneath there, trying to get away from the pack. He's tackled, going nowhere. Secondary ball up. Davis and Cam this time. Davis tries to double hand it, doesn't go too far. Tackled there for North Geelong is Todd Smith, and we're going to have another ball up. So haven't moved too far at this particular stage from where we started off. That's better from Cam, but picked up by Smith. He gets it down. Zach Plant trying to... No, it's not Plant, it's... Hodgson maybe, is it?
Mead Harding.
Mead Harding is underneath it this time. He can't get away, so if it's the fourth ball up we've had in a very short period of time, Cam was dragged off it. The umpire has suggested that Davis shepherded him out of the contest, and Jordan Cam will have a shot for goal. His second for the afternoon he's looking for, and it's well within his distance. He'll have the slight wind at his back. A little bit straighter than 45 degrees. No excuse for a high-quality country footballer that he is.
Jeez, he talks some shit, doesn't he?
Anyway, Cam.
Have we got the other scores?
No, well, I'm trying to find the other scores on the new Whiz-Bang app. So Jordan Cam kicks at goal, but it is away to the right-hand side. 3-9-27 now, Thomson. North Geelong 4-4-28. 10.5 minutes into the Buckley's Entertainment second quarter.
Not as quality as you thought he was he?
No. Disappointing.
What are the other games, by the way?
Belpost Hill and Anarchy and Inverleigh and Corio. I think the other three are all Knights. So the ball going out. Jax McLeod out of the pack and takes the mark just outside range. So he's going to go back. He'll have to look for someone in the forward line. He just drops it to the top of the square. Coming out. Troop. Hands. And Darcy Troop has attacked that ball nicely, taken a mark, will go back and shoot at his second goal of the quarter. And will definitely put Thomson back in front. Or tie things away, one or the other.
Well, he should put him in front from a quality footballer. But he's the bloke I said we got to watch. I think he's going to be a pretty good player, this kid.
Comes in, kicks a goal, and he missed it too. That wind must be playing havoc out there.
Yeah, it is. It might be going that way, but I think it's swirling.
Well, scores are level, 3-10 Thomson, 4-4 to North Geelong, but all the attacking so far in this quarter has been through Thomson, and North Geelong defence under a fair bit of pressure. Ball's going to be kicked back in this time, and again, Reynolds looks like he's the man with that duty. Kicks out long, goes long and flat in front. Mark has been taken out there. I think it's Maguire, so... Now, he is actually, I think, in range because he can kick a good football. He decides to play on. He's going to bring the ball across the ground, goes back towards Troop again, got to run at the ball, up and over, can't take the mark at ground level. Ball couldn't be picked up. Mead Harding had it, gave the handball out, went back to Troop. He's tackled, brought to ground, and the umpire said there's been a incorrect disposal of the ball, and it's going to be Jewell that's going to be the recipient, or it's going to be Reynolds. No, Reynolds is taking it. So he's got the ball just about 30 out from the fence, decides to go to the far side of the ground, out towards centre wing. Jarvis is out there, ball comes to the front of the contest, ball into the hands there of Elmer, goes round the body back towards centre wing, and it is bounced over. No, it hasn't, it's bounced on the full, and free kick will go to Thomson out there, and it's going to be Barnett. Barnett now looks to go short. Kick is good. Mark is taken out there. Jackson Sheedy, I think it is, plays on. Tackled from behind. He gets his kick to the ball. Goes into the forward line. Cam leads in the race. Got around from one. Needs to get rid of the ball. Stepped over the boundary line. Umpire says, let's throw it back in. We're going to have a ball in which will take place.
We're trying to find some scores. Got an AFL. Hawthorn of 52. North Melbourne 27. That game is played in Tasmania.
Battle of the Wooden Spoon, that'll be.
Battle of the Wooden Spoon, quite possibly. So Davis, a left-hand slap, gets the ball out towards Todd Smith, but it beats him over the boundary line. Another throw in right underneath the light tower forward pocket. Thomson attacking to the city end here at the Godfrey Street Reserve. They are 3-10-28, North Geelong 4-4, also 28. We're levelled up at the 13.5 minute mark. Buckley's Entertainment second quarter. Ball comes back into play. The umpires found an infringement, and that is going to go the way of...
I think he's asking for the ball to be thrown back in again, I think.
Another one again.
Yeah.
All right.
Got the girls on the far side. They might be better this side of the ground to stay this side just today.
Yeah, it might be.
Oh, they've done the right thing now. She brought her in a bit better. That's better. That's all they need to do.
So thrown in now, Davis and Cam. Davis, a double-handed front position, gets it down. It's himself who picks it up. Across to Smith. Smith back to Jewell. Jewell can't get anywhere. Ball's back into the middle of the play. It's Thomson who now have the advantage, but picked up by North Geelong.
You've got to have some
opportunities. Disposal against Byron Marnie from North Geelong. And Charlie Donoghue from Thomson has the kick. The man is standing on the mark is on the 50 near enough. So Donoghue might be kicking from about 51 or 2 and fancies himself the little fella. So rocking in directly in front. Kicks now. He's certainly going to have the distance and he has the accuracy. That is straight through the middle. And for the first time in quite a while, the Thomson Footy Club find themselves in front in this game. They are 4-10. 34, North Geelong are 4-4-28.
Well, I think they're very, very lucky to find themselves in front because the young fella grabbed the footy and was tackled straight away. He never made a move with his hands. He never took a step. And how he could pull prior opportunity from that, I'll never know. So I thought that was a poor decision by the umpire, but it's cost North Geelong a goal. There was no prior opportunity. And while I have this chance, Inverleigh 8-4-52, Corio 4-3-27.
Excellent, good pickup. Where did you find that? Have you got a
contact around the ground?
Got contacts.
I text Greggy Ince.
So the ball from the middle of the ground. Davis kicks the ball off the ground, runs into their half-forward line, coming through. Nice clean pick-up. That was Diffie once again. Puts the ball back into their half-forward line. McLeod is out. Didn't take the ball cleanly. Bounced out of his hands. Went back into the hands there of Dalziel. Got the handle out wide. So North Geelong, a little bit of time and space. Mark taken. Kick towards centre wing. Jewell is out there, and he will take the mark unopposed. And maybe just inside the boundary line. So Jewell now looking to go down the line. This is Jackson Jewell. Long kick into their half-forward line. Habib was up. Can't take the mark at the ground level. He's got the handball out. Went to the hands of Swenison. He's tackled. Brought to ground No prior opportunity there. Umpire saw it that way, and he will take possession and ball up just outside North Geelong's forward 50.
We've got Miller going all right down there. I think we need a little bit more out of Mitchie Abib.
So he's got the ball from Plant. Plant gives the ball back to Sheedy. Sheedy now goes back towards centre wing. Swenson leads in the race for the ball. He took the bounce, got underneath the tackle. Now it's got rid of the ball nicely. Tompkins handballs the back, and again it's cleared away. They go back towards their centre wing position. Marcus taken out there by Jarvis. Umpire called play on. Must have been touched off the boot into the hands there of Plant.
Well,
he's tackled, and that's a good tackle from behind. That's the pressure they were looking for. North Geelong, and that's Mitch Abib. So he's got possession of the ball. Up and goes quickly. Delivers the ball long and quickly into their forward line, but unfortunately kick wasn't good. Marcus taken out there by Barnett. Barnett of the Thomson side transfers play across the ground. Got some players out there by themselves. Goes to Jarvis. Into the hands there of Jiffy once again, and he goes long outside. Goes back towards Zach Plant in some space. So Plant will swing back on his left boot and does so low and flat into their forward line. Gets beyond the North Geelong defence, but Mead Harding couldn't trap it before it goes over the boundary line, and it will be thrown back into the field of play.
I think Michael Boothie's got to get the runner out and tell all these North Geelong forwards, against this wind, you must play in front, because otherwise you're going to keep putting it down the throat of the opposition defenders.
So boundary umpire again, just coming in that little bit, just give herself a little bit of ground. Ball thrown back in. Cam doing the ruck work down there. Davis is down there. I think Cam pushed it back towards the boundary line. North Geelong leading the race for the ball, but it has gone back over, and we'll have a throw in which will take place. So umpire to repeat what she just did before. Ball thrown back in front of the contest. Ball picked up out there. Reynolds got the handball away. Wasn't clean to his teammate, but he went back and followed it up and then pushed the ball along the boundary line. And I think the umpire has called it has gone over the boundary line, so we'll have a throw in still within the forward 50 for Thomson. So more pressure to be applied to the defence of North Geelong. So both ruckmen there. Jarvis this time front position. Goes back towards the boundary line. Again, no clean possession. Smith had it. He was tackled. Ball comes out. Again, back underneath. Umpire stands and waits, but it's been plucked out of the contest and kicked forward. Goes back towards centre wing. The clearance kick was from Smith. So they work the ball out of defence nicely, and they get it towards centre wing, North Geelong, which will have a throw in.
Hope this is not a sign for the second half, Grubby, but this is getting awfully hard to look at the last few minutes, the quality of ball handling.
First game in it, they get tired pretty quickly,
yeah.
I tell you.
So boundary throw in, Davis pulls it out, gets it to Jewell. Jewell across to Smith. He's tackled immediately, and the umpire will come in and ball it up again.
You can train as hard as you want, and you can play as many practice matches as you want, but this is when the pressure comes on, so they will get tired.
They will indeed. So Davis reaches over, Jarvis knocks it down basically at their feet. Quick kick out, and bursting through the pack there is Hodgson. He kicks into the middle of the corridor and out. Marking unopposed on his chest is Jordan Cam, who fluffed an opportunity that I set him up nicely for before, and I'm not going to say anything this time.
Well, I will. He won't fluff this one. And that's why they've got to play the game. They've got to kick to that lead, because he leads beautifully.
Yes, he does indeed. So it's Cam directly in front. He'll kick from about 35 metres out. And very deliberately got a bouncy run up, leaves the foot well. The goal umpire has moved very little.
Did I tell you? Straight
over the head of Reece Tompkins for their fifth for the afternoon. 5-10 now, 40. Thomson, North Geelong are stuck on 4-4-28, which was their quarter-time score. Have not had the ball in their 50-metre arc this quarter, I don't think. And we've just gone 20 minutes into the Buckley's Entertainment second quarter.
Well, at times you've got to attack and try and kick some goals, even against the wind. But at the moment, I think they've got to go a little bit defensive and just cram them up and try and keep a 2-goal break. Because if they don't, I think Thomson can go in 4 or 5 goals ahead at half time.
Yeah, it's looking a little dangerous at this stage. So Davis and Jarvis. Jarvis wins this one, but Jewell for North Geelong picks it up. There's a little banana kick across his body, looking for a teammate there, but Thomson, resolute in defence, comes out the back to Saligan. He kicks along down the wing, but coming in to take the mark is Liam Phillips. Quick kick from him into the centre of the ground and finds Davis, the big ruckman, who's just position himself a kick behind play, kick into the forward line, but Mitchell Bibbs first there, but there's a nest of Thomson players. And Bibbs done a very good job to hold that in there. The umpires pinged him for holding the pill, and Mitchell Bibbs has got a chance to put his side's first score for the quarter on the board, and that was kicked into a 5-on-1 contest. Mitchell Bibbs was first to touch it, and then tackled his Thomson opponent when he won the footy and has won himself a free kick. You could argue whether it was there or not.
I must have the rule wrong, because again, I can't see where the prior opportunity was, and he didn't drag it in from underneath him. So I just can't work out where the prior opportunity comes from.
So a Bibb will kick from about 40 metres. He's directly in front. He's going to kick it up. The wind has got hold of that and dragged it savagely to the left. He's got distance okay, but through for one behind only. 4-5-29 now, North Geelong. 22 minutes gone. They are 11 points behind Thomson's 5-10-40.
I tell you what, I think he's got a transistor in his pocket listening to us, because ever since I said we need a bit more out of Mitchell Bibb, he's had 3 or 4 touches and lifted. He must be listening.
Have to be. Everyone listens to 94.7 The Pulse, Grubby. So it's a long kick from Thomson down. Davis tries to mark at the front of the pack. Punched away from the back. Comes down to Bissett, who's been a big early starter, but quiet for some time. It's a hand pass out of the back of the pack. Comes across to Troop, who's been lively this quarter. A long kick from him into the forward line. And running back to take a very good mark there in the forward line for Thomson is Cam again. Is that the younger brother, Cam?
I reckon this might be Tholburn.
Tholburn, is it? Yes, I think you're right, because there's Cam in the goal square now.
You can just tell by the tattoos on the left leg.
So Leighton Tholburn, who blows some pretty good off-spin, actually, during the summer. He's kicked, and the umpire walked across to the right. The umpire liked it. It's the 6th goal for the Thomson Tigers. They're 6-10-46. Thomson stuck at 4-5-29. And that is 23 minutes into the Buckley's Entertainment second quarter.
Gee, it wasn't good defence, but
great kick in. Wasn't
it? When you get a situation like we got here, where it's got a bit scraggly and there's a few ball ups in a row and it gets a bit cramped, the value of a long kick like that is just priceless. And not just a long kick, but a bloody good one that gave him every opportunity. And the North Geelong defence were just too slow. They got caught out and they couldn't get back. So that kick from Darcy Troop was an absolute gem.
So back in the middle we go once again. Jarvis this time up over the top, brings the ball down, went towards Jewell. He couldn't take it. Tackle was laid to Swenson, got the ball out. Davis went back after it. Says it was incorrect disposal there, so it's going to be a free kick to Jarvis out. The back plant just doing a Ricky O'Toole, goes nicely into the forward line, looking for Hodgson. Has the ball out in front of himself, needs to trap it, does so now. A little bit of time and space. Looked up, kick into the forward line, wasn't great. Found his teammate there, and around the body the kick was going to come from Troop, but he's had the ball smothered there from Tompkins. And that was well done. Ball goes over the boundary line, so another opportunity again for Thomson now in their forward half. Cam putting his hand up, says, I'm going to do the ruck work here. Seems to be more numbers of North Geelong around the contest. Ball out the back, Davis. Ball comes out towards Sheedy. Is that because the player touched the ball before he went to the ground? Is it? Is that the rule or not?
I don't know.
Okay, we won't know. The ball comes out anyway. It's in the hands of North Geelong. Goes back to Smith. He goes back further to Farrell. Farrell around the boundary line. Kick was okay. Mark has been taken out there by Phillips. He's been okay today too for North Geelong.
Yep.
Where did he come from, did we say?
I don't know.
Goes along the boundary line to not even a 2-on-1. Jarvis is standing there by himself and hits him on the chest basically. He goes across the ground, has Barnett out there by himself. Nice looking kick, can go if he wants to. Got a handball inside, uses it now to Bissett. Bissett now comes back inside, looks, props, goes short. Kick was okay. Mead Harding comes up at the ball and takes it. And I reckon this bloke will go back and have a shot for goal. Margin at 17. I think he might stretch it well beyond the 20 points here. So plenty of time, and we'll kick from pretty much just outside the 50 metre zone. We think this is the end that you want to kick to.
Definitely.
Kicks long. Don't think he hit that bell that well. It's going to just fall inside the field of play. No, it hasn't.
Mark down there.
No, it's gone through. Through for a point.
He wanted it.
Yep. And Mead Harding has 2 behinds for the day. They're now 6-11 Thomson. They lead North Geelong on 4-5, and we've gone 25 minutes, second quarter.
Buckley's entertained.
Oh, there he is again.
Reynolds has done it again. Kicked out from fullback, and he's hit Troop from Thomson right on the chest, 35 metres out on a tight angle, and he's going back for his third for the quarter.
I reckon you could pick 17 other opposition players that you wouldn't kick it to, or you'd kick it to before him. Crikey, that's another shocker.
Yes,
I think they might hand over the duties.
What's he got, moccasins on or something? I don't know if he's got footy boots on. That's about the fifth terrible kick.
So Troops had a go at, and he's really, really happy with that. And that is his third for the quarter.
Second,
is it? Oh, he must have missed that other one he lined up for. Yes, so that's Thompson's seventh, though. And now 7:10:52. 7:11:53 actually. North Geelong 4:5:29. Coming up to 27-minute mark. And that hurt the Magpies, Grubby.
Yeah, well, it did, because it's another bad kick. And you're right. When your kicking game is off, put someone else to kick it out. And I'll tell you, the one before that, when Mead Harding kicked, he made the cardinal sin too. He ran too close to the man on the mark. That's a silly decision.
ball back in the middle. Jarvis up over the top, goes into the hands of Jewell, brings the ball outside into the hands of Phillips. Phillips kicks round the body. Jacker read that nicely, got the handball back inside. It was smothered. Habib did the nice work there. Goes back towards Smith of North Geelong. Ball comes out once again, and again it's going to be cleared back towards centre wing. Leading in the race for the ball is Barnett out there. Has time to go back into the hands there of Bissett. He goes round the body towards the half-forward line, but coming across. A little bit of interception work there from Zalzeel. Was okay, and ball goes over the boundary line. Sammy Jack a bit slow getting up the ground, but he's up and about.
They're just panicking a little bit. They're kicking from here has dropped away. They're dropping marks that they should be taken, and the pressure that Thomson putting on has really lifted at the minute.
So Davis and also Jarvis, ball is going back towards the boundary line. Picked up again, Jackson Jewell is. He couldn't keep it in. Ball goes back over. Umpire to repeat the last with a throw in, same position from before. Again, the umpire's told her to come in that little bit closer this time. This will be better. Ball thrown back in. Good job. Ball, I think that might have been either a free kick, it has to be, but the umpire says no, you can keep going quickly into the forward line. Tompkins read that nicely, and he comes out and
take
takes
it back now, can he?
Well, yeah, goes back out with a little short kick. Oh, so good towards, and I think that might be Kai Henderson out there. His kick's also great. Has Swennerson, and he's not going to be too smart about things here. He's not going to bring across the face of goal. No. Yes, he is. He's now changed his mind. He's gone short. Kick has to be good, and was just.
But it was good.
was good. Phillips made it good. Ball now comes out, and again a little bit of pressure on the kicker. Oh,
that's a ripper
Darcy
of a mark.
Going back with a fly of the ball, plucks it. He's going to go long and back towards goal. Again, out the back, who's the marker? And ball gets through the hands. It might have been Cam, possibly. Actually, I think it might be Maguire.
So he up there?
Yeah, he's flown up for the goal. Ball goes through the hand, and it's going to be another rush behind for the Thomson side. They move now to 7-12.
It's going to take something special to beat that for mark of the day. My goodness gracious, it's the previous one from Troop. That was a magnificent effort.
Ooh.
North Geelong player knocked off the ball there. The umpire said that I don't know what he did wrong.
He'd already paid
in the back.
He'd already paid the free kick before it got there. He paid incorrect disposal from the bloke that give it there. And again, I'm not commenting.
But, poor North Geelong bloke arrived late in the scene. He must have thought he was the culprit, but as Grubb said, it was already paid. And this is Cam again. He's deep in the forward pocket this time, almost on the boundary line. Kicking to the city end. He's got that bouncy approach. He's kicked it straight into the man on the mark stomach. He's recovered, though. Hand pass back towards a teammate there in Sheedy. He can't get away.
He's been holding the ball.
He's been done for holding the ball, and it looks like it is Phillips for the North Geelong side. No, he's on this side of the ground.
Charlie, is it?
Charlie Farrell.
Yeah, Farrell. He's kicked it right across the other side, centre wing. Thompson, quick kick out of the pack, but that has gone out of bounds on the full. And a free kick taken by North Geelong, far side of the ground. They trail now by 25 points. And that happened awfully quickly. It wasn't all that long ago. They had a comfortable lead at the quarter time, but they're in serious trouble now. Ball comes forward, and coming out to take a strong mark there is Hearn for North Geelong. He gets it across to Swenenson, that's Tom with a handball. Handball back to Hearn, back to Swenenson. He's seen a body in the middle of the ground, but he's gone over the head. And Jackson McLeod comes out and marks for Thomson. Kicks long down the line looking for and finding Zach Plant. Far side of the ground. And the left footer plays on quickly, but I think I heard the siren in the background. The umpires, no, he's continued to play on. We didn't hear the siren.
Oh, that was the siren.
Yep. We've now got...
There's no way they can allow that kick. The siren had already gone up.
Well, it's not over until the umpire says it's over.
Yeah, well, hear the siren. This bloke should have heard it. He's right here. Although I must admit, it wasn't a great siren.
No, it was not. Anyway, it's a shot for goal now. Far side of the ground, hard up against the boundary line, exactly where Cam was a moment ago. He kicked it into the man on the mark. We'll see what happens here. The umpire...
This could get nasty. That North Geelong bloke has got a nick off. I don't know who he is, but nick off, mate.
Is that the coach?
I don't know, but he's got to get out of there, or otherwise he's going to be in awful trouble. He hasn't done anything wrong yet. Get out.
So we're at just waiting on the play. We've got one central umpire who was the umpire in play who didn't hear the siren.
Yeah,
and
but
it's not over until he says it is. So
that's right.
By the rules, the game
right.
is right.
Yeah.
What's happening in the middle is irrelevant.
Unless he calls it, then this kick is legal.
Yeah.
Right? You can't expect the bloke down there to hear it. If these blokes didn't hear it, then it's all legal. It's wrong, but it's legal.
No, it's all
So
over.
now we've decided...
Now I don't think they can do that either. Unless one of these two umpires heard the siren before that free kick, then he has to take his kick.
Well, it looks like...
And this bloke's in trouble. Because he should stay where he is.
It appears that one of the umpires has overruled the officiating one in play, claiming the siren went, which it did. No doubt about that. But the shot for goal won't happen, so at half-time we have Thomson 7-12-54, North Geelong a 4-5-29. Dale Smith, goal kickers, please.
Yes, goal kickers, and two in that quarter to Darcy Troop. Two each to Jordan Cam as well. One each to Leighton Tholburn, Charlie Donoghue, and Jeremy Kane. And for North Geelong, as they were at quarter time, 3 to Blake Miller, and 1 to Mitch Habib. We're going to take a short break. Come back. All the action here from the first half at Thomson. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse. Your home of local football. sorry, a notification there to the studio, but we've got it online now. We're back, and Jackson McLeod's got the ball on the half-forward line, kicks around the corner, didn't travel too far, going back. Jewel got the head over the ball, tried to get in and out of trouble, had the prior opportunity, but then released the ball incorrectly. Free kick is going to go to the Thomson side, and it could quite easily be Mitch Hodgson, I think, that's got the ball out there. It is in the middle of the ground, so Hodgson now will put Thomson deep into their attack. Ball was travelled to about 30 out from goal. North Geelong with some numbers back there. Picked up Swennerson. Little kick round the corner. Wasn't good. Picked up by Maguire. No, it wasn't. He overran it. Swennerson went back and got the ball once again, but he lost it into the hands there. Mead Harding goes back to the top of the square. Cam wasn't expecting that, but he got it straight delivered to him. And now from about 15 metres out, directly in front, we'll go back and have the first opportunity early in this third quarter. So Jordan Cam with 2 for the afternoon is going to line up for goal number 3. And we'll try and get some scores from around the other 2 games, the other 3 obviously being twilights tonight. So Cam now, as we said, he is only 15 metres out directly in front. And kicks that goal. Umpire goes across, but not anywhere near where he needs to be, and it is straight through the middle. So he's got his 3rd goal of the afternoon now, and the 8th for Thomson. They move to 8-12. North Geelong at 4-5. Just over a minute gone. DeGrande Cycling Sports, 3rd quarter scoreboard.
Well, that's exactly, and I mean exactly what North Geelong didn't want. They've got the use of the breeze again. They need to get 3 or 4 goals and get back on even terms, and they've given the first one away, and that's a... Yeah, I tell you what, they've got a lot of fighting to do to get back from here. And I do have a score. I don't really want to give it, but Belpost still at 87, Anarchy 9.
Okay. We are back in the middle of the ground here. And that, as Grubby said, not a great start for the Magpies. Jarvis gets that one down. Ball's not going anywhere. Plants underneath it. Has a hand on the ball and a hand on a teammate, and not going anywhere. So we'll have a secondary bounce still within the circle. So Jarvis and Davis. Jarvis very cleverly gets it down to Plant, who quickly wheels round onto the left foot, kicks it forward. Marks dropped there by Hodgson. Picked up by a North Geelong defender. Drops it on the ground. That was Florio. Back to Hodgson. He kicks into the hot spot. Troop goes up the back of the pack. Cam comes out. Hand passes back into the hot spot in the direction of Troop. Troop gets it back to Bissett. Bissett kicks the ball into a dangerous spot there, but Florio for North Geelong marks on his chest, kicks down the line, punched away from Bissett there by Best. Ball comes back to Diffie. Diffie across to Bissett again, who started this third quarter very lively. Jackson McLeod is his target. It goes over the back of him. Coming through is Charlie Smith. He can't hold the ball. The umpire's blown the whistle. And the ball will come back and it'll be Charlie Smith for North Geelong who'll take the free kick. Just at the back end of the centre. He's come across wide looking for his teammate in Liam Phillips, who takes a mark on centre wing. They got the win, not really using it. Thomson have got back. There's plenty of numbers in the defence for Thomson. Once again, kick down the boundary line. Davis is trying to get a hand on the ball. Thompson's defence very strong. Pulled off the ball, and that is Diffie, and he'll take a free kick. Half-back flank for the Thomson Tigers. The umpires, he was looking for 50 metres, I think. The umpire said not having a bit of it. A lot of pointing going on, but Diffie will come back now. Short kick from him, but Habib's chipped in and taken that mark. He wheels around on the right foot. That's a horrible kick into the pocket. It will bounce away and go out of bounds. So they're wasting opportunities, North Geelong.
I think he's got his old man's moon boot on. Tell you what, that was the best North Geelong president speech I've heard for many a long day.
Was it?
Yep.
Short, sweet?
Yep, no, it was good.
No, Bib speaking.
Because Habs didn't do it.
It would have been shorter then. So we've got a boundary throw in forward pocket. North Geelong in attack. Desperately need a goal in this particular foray. Jarvis and Blake Miller. Miller tries to get away from the pack, can't. Comes over the back of the pack to Swenninson. He has a quick snap at goal, but it's one behind only for the Magpies. 4-6-30 they are. Thomson 8-12-60. Exactly double score. We're coming up towards 5 minutes into the DeGrande Sport and Cycle third quarter.
And I have to commend Thomson. The half-time spread was absolutely magnificent. One of the best I've seen for a long, long time. And they announced their number 1 ticket holder in Christine Cousins.
Magnificent. Was she there?
Yes.
Yeah. She spoke. I don't know who she is, but she's done very well.
Ball comes out now, and the mark has been intercepted there, and it's going to come straight back now. Smith it is, out on the far side. He's also been pretty good today, young Charlie Smith. I'm not too sure where he's come from, but did we...
Got Pepsi Max in the eyes of me. We had a little accident while you were gone, Rob.
Did you?
Yeah.
So Smith now steps from inside 50. A long kick towards goal. I tell you what, that is a great kick. He's done that easily, and that has gone straight over the umpire's head.
Desperately needed.
A goal. 5-6 now to North Geelong. 8-12 to the Thomson side, and almost 6 minutes gone. The Granny Cycling Sports third quarter.
Well, they battled their way down there, and it was a beautiful kick. Young Smith's done all right too. He's one of the new kids in the side. I think he's only a young fella, and he's done pretty well. But I think to win the game of football, they've got to kick another 3 or 4. They've got to go in, well, at least level terms, and even then they're in trouble. So they picked up their footy a bit. They didn't want to give that first one away, but they did. Now they've got to get a couple back.
So in the middle we go again. Thomson really looking to get it into their forward line very quickly and snuff out any chance of a challenge. But Davis gets it down. Farrell can't get his hand on it. Swenninson, beautiful long hand pass. Releases Best kicks long towards Miller. Miller can't get a hand on the ball. It's gone over his head and will be out of bounds. Not on the full. There'll be a boundary throw in. So North have got a chance here to win possession of this and get themselves another goal. One here would be desperate to get some momentum back. So the ball's thrown in. Jarvis and Miller. Jarvis gets it down. Bissett runs past it. Donohue's in there also. They can't get it. The ball's gone over the boundary line. The umpire said the North Geelong player did that deliberately, which was an odd decision. And it's Josh Cam who relieves across to Bissett. Bissett kicks into centre of the ground, and Barnett takes the ball. He hand passes inside to Bissett. Bissett trying to be a bit leery. Habib gets it across. Quick hand pass there by Todd Smith. He gets it across, but it's intercepted by Donohue. Donohue to Plant. Plant across to Sheedy. They're trying to come out of here, but Swenninson, that is Zach for North Geelong, gets it across to Habib, looking for Miller in the forward line. He's got 3 opponents to beat there. Can't do that. And the Thomson defenders get it over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Well, he can't beat them, but he definitely neutralised them and kept the ball into their forward line, which was a pretty good effort.
A very good effort. Got a chance to reload. They're only about 25 metres around from their goal. Miller will immediately go into the ruck against Jarvis. He's won the ball. Couldn't quite get it to boot in time. He's been dragged off the ball. The umpire giving him a free kick.
Too high.
Miller was tackled too high by Jarvis in that second battle the two of them had for the ball, and Miller will line up for his 4th goal. He's just off directly in front, only 25 or so metres out. He'll have no trouble all this big, powerful kicker of the foot. He's kicked pretty well today. 3-1, I reckon he's got.
Yeah, and the 3 have come from this end, the 1 from the other end.
And Miller now casually steps in, leaves the boot beautifully, straight through the middle. 2 in a row for the North Geelong Magpies. They're back in there, 6-6. 42, Thomson are 8-12, 60. That margin being cut back to 18 points very quickly. 8.5 minutes into the Grandy Sport and Cycle third quarter.
He's getting back into the game, Miller, because the ball's going down there with the wind. Against the wind, he didn't have many opportunities, but he's had a couple now, and he's kicked another goal. I think he was a bit stiff, Jarvis, but the hand did stray over the shoulder, so you got to pay what you see. It was just both trying to wrestle for the ball, and he's a little bit stiff, but there it was, and now they've got to keep going and going and going and going.
Got a bit of a flood happening here.
Still coming, is it? Bloody hell.
Ball back with the umpire.
Bring a cloth next week, will you? and a bib.
I've got my handkerchief, but you're not using it just yet. Ball in the middle of the ground, as we said, Davis and also Jarvis. So the ruckman has done both. Ruckman have done most of the work all day. Kicked off the ground there, cleared into the half-forward line, coming out, did that nicely. Again, that's Jiffy, I think it was. Jiffy, and he goes over short and long into the half-forward line. Ball not taken out there. Swennison's back there. Got out of one tackle, got the handball away. Back to Jewel. Jewel goes back. Unfortunately, he's kicked it straight back to the big fella, and Jarvis standing there by himself. He will take the mark and set things up for himself. So So now he goes in towards the lead of McLeod. Over the top, the ball goes. Coming across, ball back into the hands of Elmer. Goes over the top to Davis. Davis tried to look for the running player, but didn't find anybody. Picked up out there by Henderson. He picked it up and put it down. Bissett coming the other way. Got through traffic. Long handball out of trouble. Back towards McLeod. Bounce didn't favour him. Went back and tried to take it further afield. Got a knock to the scon. Ball into the half-back line. He'll be back doing some work. Again, back to Jewel. And he looks to bring the ball back towards centre wing, but the kick's going to happen again. Straight back through the hands of Jarvis. Cleaned up out there by Cam. He goes short into the hands of Plant. Player across the ground. Sees him. Goes in that direction. Maguire. Plenty of time. Steady. Looks at goal. Handballs over the top. Mead Harding round the body. Hasn't got the carry and will fall short. And that will fall into the hands there of Jewel this time. And that is Noah. This is Noah Jewel. Deep in defence. He's going to bring the ball out. Gee, we put on a bit of pressure. Got the kick away. Was going to be working okay. Handball comes up over the top. Goes towards Elmer. Can run onto it. Doesn't take possession of it. Worried out of it there. They did nicely, but coming through was Henderson. Tapped it forward back towards his teammate there to Corey Elmer again. Ball comes out the back. Umpire's let him go. Miller picks the ball up. Can run in, and he will kick goal number 5. Big day, Blake Miller. He has got 7. He's got 5. North Geelong have got 7. They are 7-6. And Thomson on 8-12. And we have gone just 11 minutes into this third Grandy Cycling Sports third quarter scoreboard.
I can't quite see around that corner, but I thought he pushed him over. But the umpire said it was okay. So there's a couple that Blake's got that he's been a little bit lucky. If I was umpiring, I think I'd have played push in the back, but you know, that's the way it goes, and that's what North Geelong need. They need to play well, but they need a little bit of luck. And I think both sides are in the same predicament. They're Jarvis for Thomson and Davis for North Geelong. They're staying in the centre as long as they can because of the amount of dangerousness up each forward line. You don't want Blake